The job description of a web developer centers on the design, development, and maintenance of websites and web applications that serve various business, personal, and institutional needs. Web developers are the technical architects behind every functional and visually compelling website. Whether it's a corporate homepage, a news platform, an e-commerce store, or a complex enterprise portal, web developers bring digital experiences to life using a mix of programming languages, frameworks, tools, and problem-solving abilities. Their primary goal is to build reliable, user-friendly, and efficient web-based systems that meet the requirements of clients or end users. Web developers generally fall into three categories: front-end developers, back-end developers, and full-stack developers. Front-end developers focus on the visible aspects of the website, the layout, color schemes, navigation, and interactive elements that users see and interact with. Back-end developers manage server-side programming, databases, application logic, and integration with other systems. Full-stack developers combine both front-end and back-end expertise, offering a holistic approach to web development. Depending on their specialization, web developers use different technologies and tools to achieve their tasks but share the common purpose of creating functional, secure, and scalable web environments. A web developer works in a variety of environments, ranging from IT departments of large organizations to tech startups, digital agencies, government bodies, or as independent freelancers. Their work is not only technical but often collaborative, involving coordination with web designers, project managers, marketing teams, content writers, and quality assurance professionals. As the digital presence of businesses becomes increasingly crucial, the demand for competent web developers continues to grow across industries such as finance, healthcare, retail, media, education, and logistics. Core responsibilities of a web developer. The day-to-day responsibilities of a web developer vary depending on their specific role and the nature of the project. However, some common tasks are shared across all types of web development roles. One of the main duties is writing efficient and clean code that adheres to best practices. Developers typically use HTML for structure, CSS for styling, and JavaScript for interactivity on the client side. For the server side, common programming languages include PHP, Python, Ruby, Java, and Node.js. Developers may also use frameworks like React, Angular, Vue.js, Django, Laravel, or Spring Boot to speed up the development process. The job description of a web developer often includes creating and maintaining web applications with high performance and responsiveness. Front-end developers ensure that websites are accessible, responsive across devices, and compatible with all major browsers. They also optimize loading times, implement user interactions, and contribute to the design process by collaborating with UI/UX teams. Back-end developers, on the other hand, build and maintain the infrastructure that powers the website. This includes setting up servers, connecting to databases, developing APIs, managing user authentication, and implementing security features. Debugging and testing are integral parts of a web developer's responsibilities. Using tools such as browser developer consoles, automated testing frameworks, and continuous integration systems, developers identify and fix bugs, validate performance, and ensure compatibility with specifications. They also conduct code reviews, implement version control through platforms like GitHub or GitLab, and document their code to maintain consistency and transparency within the development team. Web developers are also tasked with monitoring website performance post-launch. They track user behavior using analytics tools, perform regular updates to fix vulnerabilities, and enhance functionality based on user feedback or changing business requirements. In many cases, developers are involved in planning phases as well, assisting in defining technical scope, estimating project timelines, and choosing the appropriate technology stack based on performance, scalability, and budget considerations. Security is a growing concern in web development. Developers are expected to follow secure coding practices to protect data from threats like cross-site scripting, XSS, SQL injection, CSRF, cross-site request forgery, and brute force attacks. implementing HTTPS, proper authentication systems, session management, and database encryption are part of ensuring that web applications are secure and compliant with data protection laws. Key skills and competencies. To be successful, a web developer must possess a wide range of skills that combine technical prowess with problem-solving, creativity, and teamwork. Proficiency in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript forms the foundation of front-end development. Familiarity with modern JavaScript frameworks and libraries, such as React, Angular, and Vue.js, enables developers to create dynamic and responsive interfaces. Knowledge of styling methodologies using tools like Sass or Tailwind CSS is also valuable. Back-end development requires strong command over server-side languages, database technologies such as MySQL, PostgreSQL, or MongoDB, and frameworks like Laravel, PHP, Django, Python, or Express, Node.js. Developers should also understand server configuration, cloud hosting platforms like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, and containerization tools such as Docker. The job description of a web developer emphasizes the importance of version control systems like Git, which allow teams to track code changes, collaborate on branches, and roll back updates when necessary. Debugging skills, familiarity with RESTful APIs, and understanding of asynchronous operations and AJAX requests are also critical. Moreover, the ability to write reusable, modular, and maintainable code helps in managing large-scale projects and easing future updates. Apart from technical capabilities, soft skills like communication, adaptability, critical thinking, and project management are essential. Developers often work in agile environments that require sprint planning, stand-up meetings, and iterative feedback loops. Being able to discuss ideas with both technical and non-technical stakeholders and interpret abstract requirements into actionable code is key to successful development outcomes. Many web developers hold a degree in computer science, software engineering, or a related field, although it is increasingly common to enter the profession through coding bootcamps, online courses, or self-taught learning. What matters most is a strong portfolio that demonstrates functional projects, clean code, and an ability to build real-world web solutions. Work environment and career progression. Web developers usually work in office environments, remotely, or in hybrid settings, depending on the company's structure. Their work is often deadline-driven, especially during website launches or critical updates. Although it can be fast-paced and detail-oriented, the field offers flexibility, creativity, and a constant stream of learning opportunities. With experience, web developers can progress into senior developer roles, team leadership positions, or branch into specialized areas such as DevOps, mobile development, cloud engineering, or software architecture. Many developers also transition into consulting or start their own development agencies, taking on freelance or entrepreneurial paths. There are opportunities for continuous growth, and certifications from recognized platforms like Microsoft, AWS, or Google can enhance credibility and open new doors. As digital experiences evolve with new technologies like progressive web apps, PWAs, artificial intelligence, and voice interfaces, the responsibilities of web developers will continue to expand. However, the core mission remains the same: to build seamless, engaging, and robust websites that meet the functional and aesthetic goals of the users and businesses they serve. The job description of a web developer continues to be dynamic, reflecting the fast-paced nature of web technologies and user expectations. Developers who embrace change, invest in learning, and stay connected with industry trends will find themselves at the forefront of digital innovation for years to come. Conclusion: the job description of a web developer encapsulates a role that requires technical expertise, creative thinking, and a collaborative spirit. From the front-end interfaces that users interact with to the back-end systems that handle data and functionality, web developers build the digital foundations of modern life. They are instrumental in creating websites that are not only aesthetically pleasing but also accessible, responsive, secure, and aligned with business objectives. As the Internet continues to play a central role in communication, commerce, education, and entertainment, the demand for skilled web developers remains strong. With the right combination of coding skills, curiosity, and adaptability, web developers enjoy a rewarding career path with endless possibilities for advancement and impact.